What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be showcasing a Shadow Waterfall Empoleon team in the Open Great League. Waterfall is a very strong move in this day and age. It's an attack that has a decent amount of damage and a lot of energy generation, allowing Empoleon to be a lot more of a water-type attacker than it normally is. Obviously, it is a little bit slower to pace to Hydro Cannons than the regular variant, which is why we're on this Shadow Pokemon here. I want to just do as much fast move pressure as I can. I'm going to pair it up with Shadow Quagsire as well as Galarian Corsola. I'm excited to see this team in action. But before we get into the battles, I do want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get to the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, Shadow Empoleon into Shadow Ninetales. We have Waterfall here. This is a pretty good matchup for us in the 2-shield. I bet Weather Ball does do quite a bit to us, though. So if they do stay in... Oh, they just switch out here. Nice. And I don't necessarily need to win switch. My team's actually pretty good against Ninetales, so we'll see what they want to do. And Galarian Corsola can survive 2 attacks here pretty easily. We'll go for the Power Gem the second we can. We could try to go for a bait, but you don't really get that much out of a bait here, so I might as well just full send. And we'll go for the Power Gem now. They should be at 4, I believe, right now, so 2 away from the next Water Pulse. We'll see what they do. Getting away from this Mantine with our Quagsire is probably a pretty good thing as well. I think I might get the full farm down before they're able to get a Twister off. They should be 3 away here from a Twister. So if 2 Astonish is knockout, then we do just straight up win switch and get the farm down. That's kind of nasty. Let's go. Now we have the move ready to go if they do bring back in that Ninetales. And if they don't, if they show the final Pokemon here, then what if we just start having some fun? What if we do that instead? We just swap out into Quag, because we already know at this point they have no answer to Quagsire on their team. That's kind of tragic for them. That right there is why you can't disrespect ground. Although Ninetales is generally the best grass type in the game, just not in this particular spot. Alright. I think the play probably is always just double shield, right? I mean, I could let it go if I really wanted to, but I don't want to call a bait and then die, and then rely on my Empoleon, and then be sad. They just debuffed us, by the way. That is a little bit rude. As if they wouldn't already one-shot us with a single attack. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if they let that go especially, what play do they have? Not a ton. We got the win. Alright, well, I wish I was on Metal Sound for this. This is kind of a triple core breaker against our team. With that said, I bet Waterfalls add up a little bit anyway, so we'll see what's going to happen, but I'm not exactly excited for where this game's headed. They're at 13 right now, so they have a Brutal Swing, and they're just a few away from the next, 5 more Dragon Breaths. But I know with Hydreigon, a lot of the time, the backline's not exactly the best into the, into what I have in the back, because a lot of the times it's going to be, potentially Aegislash, maybe, Ninetales, maybe Tinkaton, and if those are the Pokemon I might see, then we do have some play here. We went for this Sneak because I figured they'd instantly throw him, and now this Hydreigon's not looking quite as scary as it was a second ago. Big Brutal Swing, we shield that up. We'll go for the Aqua Tail now, hopefully no catch. Oh, misplay by me. I thought they were, a little bit further away from the move than they were. But I will shield this up, because I think I literally have to at this point. If I don't, I probably just lose the game on the spot. So we shield, and we'll see what they bring in here. There's a lot of things that could be in the back line now that would be a little bit scary to face off against. That being one of them. 3. I could still see it potentially being Ninetales as the final Pokemon. We'll see what happens here. 4, 5. Okay, they have to go for a full-on Shadow Ball here. They can't go for, a Surf, so that's something, I guess. But they probably can just swap out now. Or if they want to, they can just stay in and get another Shadow Ball off. 8. I don't win CMP, which is kind of the tragic part here. Man, if I didn't miscount with my Quagsire, we'd be in a much better spot. If I still had a shield, or if their shield was gone, I feel like my Empoleon here would have so much more of a chance of winning this game. Oh, wow. Yeah, that right there is probably not the most winnable Pokemon to see. Because, I have to make a catch here, and I feel like there's almost never a chance they're going to let us get a catch off with this. I tried to wait. I mean, there's Aqua Tail, then Shadow Ball. I tried to be fancy there. I tried to, wait and, make it really weird looking. We almost had play there, but they have the Shadow Ball. Ah, man, GG's. That was so playable. I just kind of miscounted the Hydreigon. I thought they were one away from the move when they were at the move, right there on the Quagsire CMP. Really tricky lead, but I think we almost had play there. All right, having Waterfall here might make this matchup kind of interesting. I don't know if I can two-shield through this or not, Shadow into Shadow, but we'll find out. Honestly, this might just make the matchup a little bit worse for us here, just because... Obviously, wait, they threw in bad timing. Just because I'd be able to just win CMP and pace evenly with a regular moveset. But, you know, it's fine. We shield the drill run. 10. So, I should get 4 more waterfalls off against them as long as they don't get DRE. And if that's the case and 4 knock them out, then I should get the full farm down here. Which I'd imagine 3 more waterfalls now should be enough. With that said, I am a little bit worried about, like, potentially a Jellicent being in the back line. Okay, that's a Marowak. That's not a Jellicent. We landed the Waterfall, which actually did quite a bit of damage to them, and potentially has put them into range where one Aqua Tail could knock them out, or at the very least, put them into Mudshot downrange. And I know I don't get one-shot by a Bone Club here. They let that go. Why did they do that? Okay, I kind of figured they let it go so they wouldn't have to shield. But if they end up going for this CMP tie, we either just snipe them down, or we force their shield anyway. Okay. I'm pretty happy with how this is going now. There are back-to-back Bone Clubs here, but I don't know if they can farm us down in one Mud Slap. No, they definitely can't. So they're forced to throw both moves. Alright, I think what I want to do is I probably want to start getting an energy lead on Corsola, just in case there's something in the backline that I need to have a power gem for. And I already have a lot of energy on my Empoleon. And if they do get to a move here with the Sand Slash into my Corsola, that's honestly not that bad. Because Corsola is a very bulky Pokemon. Sand Slash isn't going to do that much to us. And we'll have a lot of energy on both our Corsola and now our Empoleon. I guess that's all you need. GG's. Alright, Shadow Empoleon into Golisopod. Okay, well, saying that I'm unfortunately on Waterfall here, I'm not going to be able to pace evenly with them, but I do wall their energy, so it's still a pretty good matchup for us, I'd have to imagine. But not as good as it could be. Whoa. What the heck? That's cool. I'm going to bring in my one weakness to Golisopod now, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Dude, Reginald Steele, I kind of like this guy. I want them to bring this Pokemon back. Let me know what you think about if they were to ever give Registeel Superpower. Would that be too much? Would Superpower Registeel break the meta? I feel like it would be really funny. 8-turn Superpower might be too much for a bulky Pokemon like that, but it would be so funny. It'd be so funny. Just imagine the comedy. Also, they Zap Cannoned us. Is that because they're on Flash Cannon Zap Cannon, or just because they were fishing for a debuff? They should at the very least give Zap Cannon its guaranteed debuff back, especially now that Belly Bolt's not really in the picture anymore. Alright. Well, I think the play here is always to shield this up, right? Because I have so much energy on my Empoleon that I can just swap out, go for the double Drill Peck, and then I have a lot of energy still on my Quagsire too. I'd have to imagine this means they're a little bit scared of Empoleon with their team, because they wouldn't be dancing around like this otherwise. We'll go for the classic Drill Peck, and we'll see if we get the second shield here. We do, wow. Okay, I'm just 3 away from the next move. I don't know if Maxie knows exactly where my energy's at here, but we have a lot of energy on Quagsire. We've got a shield left to our name. They might catch. They don't catch, or did they catch? I don't know. It's so hard to tell in the old system sometimes. But if they didn't catch, that's kind of huge, because now we just knocked this out. Registeel can't really lock on us down. I guess we get the knockout. Oh, well, that also can't really... What is it? That's a cool team. It's just the no fast move pressure team. Very cool stuff. I'm pretty sure we're good here. I'm bringing in my Quagsire, because you might as well. I don't know. This way, I can make it really awkward. I guess I just let this go, right? Because if he doesn't swap out here, then he's now going to be stuck in Sword form and take a lot of Astonish damage. And if he does switch, I just farm down the Reggie. And I just Corsola everything up. Yeah, Reggie's way too low. And if they do get a debuff, so be it. They're completely dry on the Aegislash. I've got a Hydro Cannon loaded on my Empoleon. No debuff there either. That's a really cool idea for a team. Like, Reggie is the original Aegislash, but unfortunately, it needs a little bit of work. All right, Shadow Imp into Shadow Ninetales. All right, let's see if they test the fast move here, because, again, Waterfall does so much more damage in this matchup. That does so much, it's insane. All right, I'm going to go for the Drill Peck before swapping out here, because if I chip them down into a range where potentially I can just one Power Gem and farm down, then I can use my Corsola here to some pretty great effect. That is so much. I think I can even go for a Nightshade, actually. They're at 9, so 2 right now. That is more than I thought it would. I'm going to be real. But I'll take it. I'll take any little bit of extra damage I can get. So they're at 2 here. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to Power Gem, though, just to make it really uncomfortable for them, because I think a Nightshade might not be quite enough from here. And the thing is, I'm really not that scared of the Ninetales with my team, right? So I want to just guarantee to give as little play to the other Pokemon on his team as possible without making him go down resources. Licky in the back line. Conventionally not the best Pokemon for Corsola to see. But in this spot, when I have both Quagsire as well as an Empoleon, I think we're in a pretty good spot. I'm going to go for the Power Gem. I would have loved to be able to save this energy, but honestly, that's not bad chip damage either. And they're at 8. Shadow Ball would knock us out from this range if they throw it, but if they go for a Body Slam bait, I would in fact live. Shadow Ball. So now they're at 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we know they're probably not on Earthquake. I actually did see a double nuke Licky like yesterday, but that seems less likely. Shadow Ball does hurt, but we do survive. 8. Okay, I'm going to shield this up. It could be a Body Slam bait here, but I would be a little bit surprised if it were, because they need to guarantee shields go down. They can't really bring in a Ninetales into a loaded Quagsire, though. Like, I know normally Quagsire is not the best into Ninetales, but I'm pretty sure up 2 Aqua Tails of energy, it's not like great for the Ninetales. At least, I'd imagine. We'll go for the classic double Aqua Tail here, and then we'll go for the third Aqua Tail in a second. We're pretty close to a range where like a Weather Ball might knock us out, but I don't think we're quite in range where that's enough. So I'm going to shield this up, try to get my next Aqua Tail off here, and we'll see if they can get to another attack. Well, especially if they Energy Ball, they can't. So we should be very fine. We still have our Empoleon, which is outside of Shadow Ball range, and our Quagsire here too is going to force him to throw a Body Slam against us, and I likely get an Aqua Tail before that even matters at this point, but I might as well just bring in Empoleon. It'll be the quickest way to finish off this game. They'll land a Shadow Ball if they want to. I guess they realize it's not enough, but they could have landed a Shadow Ball if they really wanted to there. Wow, our Empoleon was actually kind of a huge core breaker to this team. Hydro Cannon gets the knockout. GG's. Oh, yikes, that is not a fun Pokemon to see here. We'll bring in our Shadow Quag and hope that they just stay in. I do have... Oh, okay, that's not terrible. I was going to say I have a lot of charge attack pressure here with my Quagsire into the Gastro, but Gastro neutrally is actually just a lot better than it should be in that matchup. All right, big Weather Ball. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to full send because I want to guarantee shields go down here, because it's not like it can't do a lot of damage against that Gastrodon with Hydro Cannons, right? Wow. Well, now I just win switch. So that's also helpful. They realized that they probably didn't want to go down to shield when I wall them. Okay. I think I get these 2 Aqua Tails off. I'd be kind of surprised to see a no shield come through right now, but they could. They always could. Nice. So we get the second Aqua Tail through him. And so the play here is going to be to bring in Empoleon against the Fearow, and then bring in the Corsola against the Gastro. And since I'm on Waterfall here, I should just be able to 2-shield farm down. Not the best timing by them. They must have been a little bit surprised by my fast move. And Corsola is pretty decently strong into Gastro. They'll get my second shield here, I guess. Oh, but this is a huge mistake on their part. They should never let me knock out this Fearow. If they would have done like 2 and throw that time, and saved that much HP on Fearow, that could have been kind of uncomfortable for Corsola to deal with later on. But that's even better right there. Because now I get the huge farm down. If they don't throw a full-on Earth Power right now, I get a second Hydro Cannon off. And then my Corsola just closes out the endgame. And even if they do snipe us down with an Earth Power, Corsola should be good enough neutrally that it doesn't even matter. And look at that. Excuse me, look at that. We get the extra Hydro Cannon off. Good stuff, man. Quagsire, safe swap. Kind of unhinged right now in the Go Battle League. Couple Astonishes is all we need. And even if they get to 2 Earth Powers, they would need an Earth Power debuff for the second Earth Power to knock us out. Which actually is possible, you know? It's not unheard of. But it's not going to happen. Let's go. Shadow Hydreigon, you know what? Last time we saw this lead, I did kind of fumble it a little bit. We'll see what's going to happen here. Metal Sound would be so much better in this matchup. But we are stuck with what we got. They should be at 11 right now, so 2. I survived this. I'm going to Hydro Cannon because if they do catch here, likely they'd catch on something that resists flying. They're at 3 right now. So they are just... Oh, wow. What is happening? 2 waterfalls just did 92.3% of this Camerup's HP. Does anyone think it might be an Aegislash in the back? Any ideas on if it's Aegislash? They Rock Tomb. Crazy stuff. I mean, that Hydreigon was what I was most worried about this game, I'm not gonna lie, so... letting us get as much damage as we have into that is kind of huge. Okay. Well, we'll just bring this in here. They need 3 Shadow Balls to win this game. And the play here is to always just build up enough energy to be able to revert them back into the other form. Well, they kind of have to switch out now, right? Or else my fast move pressure might just do too much to them. I guess we'll see. It's going to take a second for the Shadow Ball to land, because obviously we are on the old system. Form-changing Pokemon are very much broken. And yeah, they did just swap out, so Hydreigon's gone. I have a lot of energy on Quagsire, a lot of energy here as well. They can't really afford to ever no-shield and Nightshade, but the big problem for them is I'm going to get to a 3rd Nightshade before they're going to be able to do too much. And I have all the energy on my Quagsire as well. So no matter what happens here, I think they're just kind of gonna lose. They'll get 1 more Shadow Ball off against my Corsola right about now if they want to. And if they didn't CMP us there, then I just go for a combo play. And I mean, if they did CMP us, I get knocked out with Corsola, but I have all the energy on Quagsire, so we just go for that anyway. And we should be fine. I'm gonna be honest, that was a bold play to bring in a Camerupt into a Waterfall Shadow Empoleon, but I will not say no to a win. Who uses Wigglytuff anymore? What the heck? Okay. Marowak on the safe swap. Not the worst Pokemon to see. Not the best Pokemon to see, I guess, saying I don't have a flying type. But I would imagine that means Gastrodon will be the final Pokemon. So I want to make sure I can win CMP, or win Switch Advantage. I guess win both would be good. I don't think I have to shield this to guarantee Switch, but I'm going to. It's going to be a fast move beatdown team. I might not have too many opportunities, I don't know, English is my second language, to shield moves anyway. So I will shield the first Bone Club just to try to get shields down no matter what. Because it's not like if shields are down, Empoleon can't do some crazy stuff as well. Okay, I'm going to let this one go. I'm going to try my best to go for an Aqua Tail here. And yeah, I think we survived the next 3 Mud Slaps. I know I survived 2. The big problem, though, is this is, in fact, the old system, so I don't get guaranteed DRE. That's not exactly what I was hoping to do. This game's probably over now. Them getting this Bone Club off is so annoying. That was a really nice reaction by them, not gonna lie. What? Why'd they do that? Okay. I think we win this game. With that said, maybe the Gastrodon is going to put in some work here. I don't get a Hydro Cannon against them, but they are only at an Earth Power right about now. So hopefully Corsola can just Corsola things up. I would imagine we can, but we'll see. Earth Power, don't debuff me. Thank you. Yeah, there's no way we lose now. They need to be able to, like, two-shot us there to win this game. And the problem for them is Gastrodon might be the worst Pokemon in the game. Like, I think it, like, statistically is. It's kind of crazy to say, but I think that's just the truth. We'll catch the Earth Power just for pure dominance. I did not play this game well. Turns out, Quagsire cannot guarantee switch advantage against a Marowak. I should have actually done, like, an extra waterfall. That's good to know, though, for the future. Shadow Imp into Florges. Okay, another good Fairy-type lead to see. I would be surprised if this is on Trailblaze, but we did actually see a Trailblazer a second ago, so it could be. And Volt Switch Fortress. We have the Shadow Quagsire ready to go. Instant Sand Tomb. We don't have to worry about an Earthquake coming through here then. But this could still be a little bit of a dicey matchup if they want to try to two-shield through us. But I don't necessarily need Switch this game, at least not as much as they probably want it. I think I'm just going to let this go. And, like, I do have a decision to make. Do I go straight Aqua Tail, or do I try to go and just land a Stone Edge? I think I'm going to go straight Aqua Tail, just so I can guarantee 3 moves land, and even if they do double shield, that I guarantee that they're pretty low on HP as well. They let that go. 2. And we'll see if they let this one go. Florges will be able to farm us down, potentially, but that's fine. Okay, we get the knockout there. I should get a Stone Edge against that Florges before they can do too much. 3. Stone Edge is going to hurt, but it doesn't one-shot by any means, and they already have seen my Empoleon, so there is a good chance that they just let this go. Yeah. And Marowak in the backline. I think Corsola is pretty neutrally good here, actually. 5. Oh, they shouldn't let me throw first. That denies themselves a Mud Slap. So I can guarantee that we get an extra Astonish that we wouldn't have otherwise got. They let that go? I mean, this game's probably over, but I'm surprised they're not playing it out. Empoleon into Galarian Corsola. Alright, this is going to be an interesting test here, because I know that Corsola is great in these neutral game scenarios, but potentially just having access to Hydro Cannon might offset the fact that Corsola is so good here in these kinds of matchups. With that said, I don't know if that's going to be the case, because I don't think they're next to Hydro Cannon range just yet. Yeah, I don't think Hydro Cannon does that much. Okay. Oh, it's on Poison Sting. Interesting. See what they throw here. Probably just a Scald. I would be surprised if they do anything else. Now, I don't have Mud Bomb, which does make my life a little bit worse in this matchup. But I mean, at this point, with the energy that I still have on my Empoleon, I should be in a pretty good spot here just to try to strip shields away, and then I can Drill Peck this later on if I have to. That always does so much less than I would think. Oh, they CMP. They probably shouldn't have done that. Honestly, though, if Stone Edge didn't knock him out, I don't know if Aqua Tail will. Oh, it actually does. That's kind of nice. They come back in Corsola, and they throw energy against us pretty early. I'm surprised they didn't want to just take an Aqua Tail there. I am at 100 energy right now on my Empoleon, though, so I can't really overfarm too much. I'm just going to bring it in and go instantly for the Hydro Cannon. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a second Poison type in the backline, but what that Poison type might be, I have no idea. Oh, this is huge. I survived that next Astonish, too, so if they shield this up, I guarantee my next Hydro Cannon lands. And if they no-shield, I mean, obviously I get it off, too. But if there's, like, a Licky in the backline, which there is, but they brought it in here. Thank you, trainer. Thank you so much. If there was a Licky in the backline that they didn't just take a Hydro Cannon on, that could have been a lot worse. It's still not over, though, because I don't think I could put them into Power Gem range too easily. We'll see what happens here. Because I need to make sure that I Power Gem and knock this out, and then that I have, like, a Nightshade for the Corsola. Right? Okay. Are they in Power Gem range just yet? I don't actually know. It's going to be close. Nice. We don't get sniped down here. I think Nightshade should be enough to knock out from this range. If not, that's kind of tragic. Nightshade gets the KO. We have the Power Gem, and as long as I don't get to another Shadow Ball, we should be able to win this one. But if they do get another Shadow Ball off, obviously, that's very uncool of them. I don't think they're going to get there. They're one away. Oh my goodness. Let's go. They kind of just sacrificed their Licky Licky there. If they would have just saved that for the backline, that could have been kind of bad. Hey, there we go. Talonflame. This Pokemon's not going to be around too much once the new system rolls around. Waterfall does a lot, but for some reason so does Incinerate, so we'll see what they do here. Oh, I just one-shield farm down. I don't know if one more Waterfall would have been enough. If it was, I could have just committed to the fast move pressure, but I didn't want to risk that. So I'm going to go for the Hydro Cannon, guarantee the shield, and then get the farm down. They have to throw an alignment, but I come out of this with almost a full charge attack loaded, so this is looking pretty bad for them. I know a lot of the time Talonflames have, like, grass types in the back line, like a Chestnut, for example. So it's a good thing for this to avoid my my one guy. I am a little bit worried about this farm down, though, because if I don't get another Drill Peck off here, I might not be able to easily knock this out. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit worrisome now. But just play it out and see, I guess. That is a scary farm down to get. I don't get two-shot, though. And that could be helpful, because now I don't have to use, like, a shield. At least not just yet. We'll see what's going to happen, though, because they probably try to catch my Nightshade, right? Or if they get a move off, they'll just throw the move instantly instead. Well, they do go for the catch. I mean, I called it, but, like, I didn't really do anything about it. How do we win this one? I can't overfarm here. I'm too low. So I have to hope that somehow Quagsire is going to be good enough this game to just, like, knock out a Chestnut. And I can never shield this. Quagsire, you gotta lock in as much as you've ever locked in before. Ow. Do we think they're on Sludge Bomb or Stone Edge here? I think I have to hope that they're on Stone Edge. They're on Sludge Bomb. Uh-oh. This might still be close, though. Because getting the Stone Edge and not getting a CMP here might put them into Astonish downrange. Okay. And now we'll either Mudshot down or get the Aqua Tail. Because we're pretty close to the Aqua Tail here. Nice. Ah, Chestnut, don't do that to me, buddy. Chestnut tried its very best there. Luckily, it didn't try enough. I don't like this lead. Likely on counter, but maybe on low kick. It is on counter, so they can probably just degen us in the 2-shield matchup. But I should be able to at least chip them down quite a bit here. And if it's like a common team that you see with Annihilate, then I might still have some play. 6. I think I'm going to play out the 0-shield matchup. I think that's the idea, right? Because then I can set up a shield advantage for my Empoleon, and then maybe be in a better spot. We're kind of forced to throw this, so if they wanted to catch, it's a pretty obvious catch to make, but looks like they don't. So, I mean, now we've kind of neutralized a lot of this Annihilate, right? They're kind of in Waterfall downrange, although I wouldn't want to take the boosted counters. Obviously, I'll bring in my Corsola here, and I'll hope there's not a second answer into Empoleon. They might just switch out to preserve the Annihilate, but they're going to stay in, it looks like, and get a boosted Rage Fist off against us. But I know Licky Licky or Carbink are so likely to be in the backline here that even a boosted Rage Fist, I don't feel like shielding just to preserve my Empoleon's shield advantage. Yeah, there's a Licky Licky, so I'm glad I didn't shield that. Oh, interesting. It's on Volt Switch. And they likely Rock Tomb us, right? Just to debuff my attack stat to make it so I don't one-shot them with my Hydro Cannon. That is unfortunate. Unless they don't, right? I have to shield this up, and I have to hope that somehow I win this game. They do Sand Tomb. Like, I have to throw an alignment here, but I don't think a Hydro Cannon knocks out from this range. If it does knock out, there might actually be a little bit of play for us still, but even then, I don't know if we have enough in the tank. I was really hoping for Carbink, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we don't win. We just can't win at that point. Licky Licky would just body slam us, or like even just double Shadow Ball. Ah, man. Fortress? That is not what I thought I'd see back there. I thought it was going to be Carbink, maybe Tinkaton. All right, we got a Florges lead here. Pretty good lead matchup, especially because nowadays Trailblaze is not a very common moveset to see. We see a Shadow Kingdra come in, and if I'm being honest, don't have a great hard response to this. Although Corsola is not bad neutrally here. What do we want to do? I'll let this one go. I know it's almost guaranteed to be a Surf here, but like I don't want to go down Shields if I don't have to. And again, since they're probably not on Trailblaze, on the guy, we should be in a pretty good spot. Even with our Quagsire against it if we have to be in that matchup. They don't like Swift Betas here, do they? That'd be so rude. I'm going to shield the second one just because they would never Swift us. They do Swift us. That's incredible. Oh, honestly, I'm kind of fine with this. I'm surprised they did that. Because now I just lock in my Empoleon against him and get a lot of energy here. I could potentially like just throw energy first to knock him out, but I want to have energy in case they bring back in the Kingdra. And we'll find out if they actually have Trailblaze. This one actually does. First, Florges in the Go Battle League to run Trailblaze. Very cool stuff. I'll Hydro Cannon here because there's not really a risk of a catch on a Kingdra at this point. And if they shield this, I have my next move ready to go. If they no shield, I also have my next move ready to go. We'll just see what they bring in. And honestly, I should probably just always go for a Hydro Cannon, right? Because like even the Kingdra would get knocked out by this. But we'll see what the final Pokemon's going to be here. Could be a lot of things with the Ninetales, or with the Florges lead. I'm thinking Ninetales could be an option. Yeah, like that, for example. Nice. Good stuff. They probably should have let that Hydro Cannon go on the Florges, or on the Kingdra. But like if they did that, what I would have done there is I would have instantly swapped to my Quagsire anyway, because I was pretty sure it could have been the Ninetales in the backline. We got a 5-0 actually, and a Cramorant. I've never been so happy in my life. I love Cramorant, dude. I can't wait for the next season where there's only the new system, so I can use Cramorant every single day. Good stuff, Cramorant. Is this the rank 1? No, it is not. One day I'll get a good one, I swear. Shadow Empoleon is a very interesting pick right now. Honestly, there's quite a few teams out there that this thing can kind of core break. I feel like it's a Pokemon that can be a little bit hard to use at times, but in the right spot, it is one of the best picks you can use. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.